G'day guys, Ron here from Osborne Digital Marketing. Today I'm going to discuss client SEO, tips and tricks for SEO agencies to help build long-term, solid, successful relationships with their clients. Let's jump into it. Now guys, Rank Lightning is not far away. My tool that we are creating, working on hard behind the scenes, as you can see, looks pretty impressive. Now, if you go over to ranklightning.com and you enter in your details here and you get in before we launch the tool, you will be grandfathered in to that price forever. And that price is going to be significantly less compared to the price that we actually have on the website when we launch it. So if you guys are on this list, you're getting a discount on Rank Lightning for life. Let's jump into it. All right, so the reason I'm making this video, guys, is because there's someone close to me that is actually buying a lot of links off me, and I wanted to make a comprehensive video that explains what I look at when I'm doing client SEO relationships. Like, I'm trying to build something longer term. So I've had most of my clients end up sticking with me for at least 18 months. I never have anyone drop off after 6 months. And to be honest, I don't even do 6-month contracts anymore. And I kind of shy away from that because I think it's kind of ridiculous in this day and age. But when it comes to those still shorter term results, you still want to show a client that they're getting results and you want to get results in front. But if you're not, like, how do you navigate those treacherous waters? Client SEO can be quite challenging. So I'm going to walk you through some tips and tricks to ensure that you have successful client SEO relationships and you can start having client relationships that last for years like I've been able to achieve. Let's jump into it. Now, the biggest thing I want you to focus on when you onboard a new client or you're chatting with a client before you've even onboarded them, it should be clearly collect the client's end goal objective. So this is my exact question that I ask every person, and you can use it. Take it away and use it. I say to them, okay, Mark, you're sitting there in a year's time. You've gone, Ronnie, we've done it, mate. You legend, you little ripper. We did it, brother. We did it. What is that? What are you saying following up that? I would then expect that client to be like, well, we hit 100 grand a month. You helped us get to 100 grand a month in revenue. You helped us get 3 more leads a month. And again, it depends. If it's a roofer, they're happy with a few more, 1 or 2 jobs extra a month. They're cool with that. You know, an electrician, they want a phone call every day. So they get to sit there and actually think about what it is. And I find if you word it in that manner, people have to finish the sentence themselves compared to saying, I want to be up the top of Google because I know I get leads. Cool. So does everyone. But why? What actually is it? Maybe SEO isn't the right thing for you. And that's a great question. You get to cut through all of the noise as soon as you ask that question. You're saying, hey, Ronnie, you did it, you legend. What follows that? What did I do? I got you 1 lead a day. I got you 2 leads a month. What is it? What makes you happy? And this is a success story. You've got to think about it that way. Make sure that you're always getting a list of solid expectations to begin with. So if someone was to ask me, I want a job every single day from you, and that expectation's not possible, I immediately get to say, no, that's not possible, but I can get you 1 a week. This is how it can work. Maybe it's because there's just not a lot of search volume. These are the things where you've got to listen to what the client says and make sure you put back that expectation of, and you bring it down to what's really realistic. Make sure that you're doing that at the very start before you do any of the other next steps I talk about. So for me, this is a really big one, guys. Focus on the easy money makers. Do not, even though you have an SEO strategy, right? First month, first 2 months, they'll be sitting there going, okay, we should do the SEO website cleanup. We should do this. We should do the 301s and all that. That's great. And it is great. And yes, you should. But what do I do when people give me $1,500 instead of the $2,500 I require? Do I then delay all of the work that I know would get them results a little bit quicker, or do the things that will actually get the phone ringing first and then come back and clean up those minor errors that should have, in a traditional sense, been done in month 1? Think logically. I want their phone to ring. I want their phone to be ringing around month 3. Definitely. So what do? The very first thing I do, if they haven't given me the budget, 9 times out of 10, I say, hey, you want to achieve this? This is the budget. Like I said, I'll say this is $2,500 a month. You want to achieve those goals that you said to me in the 12-month objective? Okay, cool. This is what you need to spend, $2,500 a month. Ronnie, I don't have $2,500. I have $1,500. What are we going to do with that? And this is where I'll lay out the plan, because that's honestly what happens a lot of the time. I'll say $5,000, I get hit back with $3,000. That's how it works. And I'm sure you're the same. You've said $2,000 it is, they'll come back with $750. You're like, nah. So you get to lay out the expectations with the budget. But the thing you should be doing is working in a realistic time frame to try and get the phone to ring and the contact forms filled. Don't waste your time thinking, okay, month one, like I always say, and I do always do citations and PR month one. But if their website's really bad and you have to clean that up, that has to be done in month one. And if that means that the citations maybe don't get built, so be it. You need to fix the things that are causing the phone not to be ringing quickly. So as an example, if I go over to Rank Lightning, this is our competitor analysis. This is the sort of stuff you're going to be able to see with this awesome tool. So make sure you go over to Rank Lightning. So let's just say I'm working with a plumber in Miami. All right. Plumber Miami is going to be competitive. Is this the keyword that I should start with? Is this my main objective? Do I sit there and say, okay, Mr. Plumber Miami, this is what I'm going to do for you, brother. I'm going to look down here and go 20 referring domains. That's a homepage. So as you can see, Rank Lightning pulls in that that's a homepage. He's got 476. How long's he been around for? Am I going to beat a homepage? Then we've got Yelp. Google's loving Yelp right now. Good old Roto-Rooter. They're also there. So immediately you can be like, powerful. Am I going to spend the first 3 to 6 months going after this keyword? Why would I? I'm not going to win it. You can see, okay, it might be like, all right, well, the median's only 20 sort of referring domains I meet. If you look at the average, it's 166. So you're sitting in there going, that's a lot of work to be done. You can scroll down here, have a look at how many pages are indexed. You can have a look at all of this and ascertain how big, like, look at how big these sites are. They're so powerful, and 239. How long is it going to take you to build a website that has at least 239 pages indexed by Google? Think logically. So what I do is I'd sit here and go, nah, this is a month 12 keyword. And that's what I'll tell clients. This thing here, it's going to take me 12 months to get to. What I start to do is look for the easier winners that I know are profitable. That doesn't mean that I do perhaps it's like a toilet replacement Miami as an example. It still could be plumber, but it could be out in one of the outskirts, like maybe down in Homestead as an example. They're happy to go down to Homestead. It's a bit easier down in Homestead. I know I can rank there around month 3. That's how I structure things. Now, the reason I do that is because think about it. You're a client. Like I always say, the whole reason I've been able to jump ahead here is because I was in business, made the millions in telecom before anything in SEO. What would they want to see? They don't care if they rank for Miami, Plumber Miami. That's if they do, it's because of their ego. It's not because they're a logical businessman or woman. It's because they're sitting there going, yeah, cool, man. I'm up the top. What does it matter? All they really care about is that they're getting leads come in and they're making money. That's it. Whether it be through that keyword or another keyword, it doesn't matter. So you need to think logically, how do I get this business's phone to ring? So by month 3, he's not sitting there going, is this working or not working? So don't overextend yourself and target these types of keywords to begin with if you know that it's going to take you a long time. So when I consult with some smaller agency owners, stuff like that, guys, this is what I see a lot of the time. Ronnie, I went after plumber Fort Lauderdale. Ronnie, I went after roofer Dallas. Bro, what other smaller keywords are we going after first? They're in month 6, month 8, and they're not having that success. Of course you're not. But if you went for the smaller stuff like Homestead to begin with, like I was saying, we give the opportunity for our website to start building up naturally. So give yourself enough time, but also go after the easy wins that will actually convert for solid leads. I can't stress that enough, guys. Don't start with the big heifers to begin with. We never do that in life. We never go and tackle the biggest thing first. We always start small and expand out. The next thing you're going to need to do to make sure that you have a successful client SEO relationship is provide a level of professionalism. Now, I'm a little bit eccentric to you blokes, you Yanks. You know, I'm an Aussie. I'm eccentric. It's how we do it. It's my personality. Us Aussies are, a little bit dramatic. I'm sure you've all watched Crocodile Dundee. That's pretty much how we spend our Saturdays. But the thing is, when it comes to the meetings, I'm always professional. I'm happy to have a joke and a yarn with anyone. But when it comes to the meetings, you need to make sure if it is a client sort of structure, there is that level of professionalism so they know that you're squared away. Okay, you can still have a laugh. Now, there's clients that I have that I'm actually in the business with. We don't even meet monthly sometimes. Sometimes we just have a chat on the phone. Sometimes we'll just send some voice notes on WhatsApp. That's enough. You need to figure out what's enough for your client. But if you do want to have something that's a little bit more professional, they are perhaps, like as an example, I work with a couple of assisted living facilities, and they've got multiple locations spread around. Now, with them, it is a monthly meeting. It is the report presentation. It is the strategic strategy going forward. Still have a joke, still have a good laugh. That's what we do. But there is that level of professionalism there. And that's the type of thing that you need to understand. I actually spoke with someone, it would have been 2 weeks ago. They've been working with, they got the boot now. They've gotten the boot, so you'll know who you are. But yeah, he'd never actually sat down with monthly meetings. And I get that. Some people don't like it, and again, you can sit there and be like, well, that's eating into an hour that they've paid for of work, so that's a little bit silly. But you've got to remember, most business owners see SEO as voodoo magic. That's what are we doing? What are we doing? Now, when it comes to how you'll provide your reporting, what you do, find out what works best for the client. Sometimes just a screenshot, again, of Rank Lightning of you closing this down. So with Rank Lightning as an example, if I threw our URL in there, it's actually going to show the difference of how short we are. So you could be like, all right, January, it's saying 20 here. I will short 20, January, February, next month, we're closing it down. It's gone down to 18 as an example. Here you go, mate. Here's our progress with the link building. You can send them the link building reports if you want. Now, same thing with deliverables. With deliverables, guys, that's entirely up to you. I only provide deliverables when it's stuff for like Haro. So if someone's buying services off me, they get the deliverables, obviously. But if it's a client and they're like, we do Haro, so most of my clients I'm doing Haro with, those clients will, when we get the Forbes link, of course, I'm not saying anything. It's like, hey guys, you got into Forbes. Hey guys, you got into Business Insider. Hey guys, I got you into Fiverr. Hey guys, I got you into Gaff. Like whatever it may be, I got you into it, and that does go across to them. But the average backlink deliverable, I never send that. I never ever send that. So to the clients, they don't care about that. They're like, what is this nonsense? None of them know what it is. Main thing for them is showing, okay, this is how we're doing last month. This is how we're doing this month. We're doing better. Or if you've taken a hit, we're doing worse. This is why we're doing worse. And this is my plan to rectify said issue. Each month, ask about the leads. So the very first thing we'll jump on after we've had a little bit of a chin wag and we're talking away and we've caught up. First question I always ask, how have the leads been? Good, bad, same volume, more, less, what's happened? Reason I ask about leads is because, again, stressing on the earlier points, no one cares about the rankings of a keyword. No one cares. All they care about is the leads. So if you constantly reiterate that to them and you focus, if you might not hear that things are going well. So especially now as times are getting tougher, what I am noticing is in the businesses that are non-essential, things like chiropractic stuff, massages, that type of stuff, that's going down. Why? Because people are struggling to pay bills. That's the honest truth. And that sucks. It's sad. But the thing is, those consumer goods, that not consumer goods, but those consumer services, they get hit first. Your tradies and all of that. As an example, with our plumbers and our roofers, I've noticed that a lot, like when we review the monthly calls, a lot more people are asking for dead set, this has got to be the price. There's no longer a price range. So it's no longer, it might be $2,000 to $3,000. It's no. Is it $2,000? Is it $3,000? Is it $2,500? What is it? We need to know. So that's happening. Now, you're only going to find that information out if you're either a business partner or you're asking your client, because then you can start to get out ahead of that as well. And this is something that comes from the business side of myself that's being missed out in the SEO world. People don't ask about the leads. What's happening with them? What are they asking? How are they asking? Are you getting better leads, worse leads? Ask more about it, because then you can start to understand what the market's doing for their industry as well. So as an example, again, with Florida, hurricanes come through. So I know, as an example, what are the leads been like? We've had a lot more hurricane leads, hurricane damage leads come in, hurricane claim, insurance claim leads come in. Ripper, fantastic. We could turn on PPC as an example. So that's the sort of stuff that you want to pay strong attention to. Ask every single month about what's going on with their leads. Final thing will be honest and be strategic. Now, biggest thing I always stress to people is people do business with people, not behind a computer screen, not behind anything. There's always a personal relationship in it. You don't want to be that type of person that manipulates people to get your own personal gain. There's no benefit there. There's no benefit there. And that's why even in the SEO game, you will hear about people going, I paid this person, they just vanished. There was no reporting. There was no all of this. If you're putting in the work and it doesn't pay out, doesn't work, that happens. Guys, I'll be honest right now. Here's a perfect example. I've got two projects, right? I've got two projects that are the same, exactly the same, different areas. This one's doing exceptionally well, making like 10 grand a month from it. This one over here, it's like $100 a month. It hasn't returned on its investment yet for me. I did all the same things. The only thing that's different is the location. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's not because we slacked off. It's not because we didn't do everything right. It just happens in this game. Any SEO that's like, I win 100% of the time is flat out lying to you. They are not telling you the truth. And that's why I even made an SEO video where I said, like, I failed and this is why I've failed and this is where I've gone wrong. Sometimes even when you put all the things in place, Google's just like, no, mate, not happening for you. I don't like you. That happens. That really does happen. So be honest and strategic. You've just been hit by this recent update as an example. What are you doing? A client's going to sit there and be concerned. The phone's ringing less. That's okay. All you need to do is show them that you've identified that there's a problem and this is how you're going to be strategic in your approach. Make sure that you're always doing that compared to just being willy-nilly. I find when it comes to client SEO, a lot of agencies don't put enough emphasis on connecting with the client. Perhaps that's the SEO industry, you know, like a lot of people are a little bit more introverted. I'm introverted myself, not a massive fan of going out. Like I'm not a drinker, don't do that sort of stuff. That's not me. But I'll go fishing, I'll go on hikes with you, I'll go do anything like that. That's sick. And that's what you need to think about. You need to make sure that you're connecting with people in a manner that connects with their business and make sure that that shows that you've got their best interests at heart. And don't be someone that goes out there and uses people and lies and does all that sort of stuff. There are a lot of people in the SEO industry that is doing that. I've even learnt that recently the hard way. So just make sure that you're working with honest, trustworthy people that can show their results, that can actually show, hey, this is what I do and this is how I do it. And you always have the client's best interest. Because at the end of the day, guys, unless you're working with a huge corporation, which still regardless, most of the time we're working with mum and pop organizations. So think about their families. The biggest thing that used to spur me on with my telecom company when I had 27 employees, I don't have anywhere near that number right now. And to be honest, I never want to again. But when I had 27 employees, the things that I would always get up when I've had 4 hours sleep, 3 hours sleep, is the fact that it was my job to put food on their table. I was to make sure that their families were okay. That's what you need to think about. You're not just doing SEO just for a random person so you can get money. You're doing SEO for someone that wants a better life. Treat them with respect and treat that honor and responsibility with the respect it deserves. And I assure you, if you treat people like that and you have a bad couple of months, but you've done your best, you're honest, and you show your integrity, most people will sit there and go, all right. It's been clients I've failed with before and we still have fantastic relationships. That's how you can do it. So when you're doing client SEO, make sure that you clearly identify the objectives of the client, the end goal. What do they want? The final thing that they want, not the small stuff in between. It'd be nice to have 2 leads. No. What do you want? Dream vision, it's come true. What is it? Focus on the easy money makers. Biggest thing guys, get that phone ringing quickly, all right? Don't sit there and stress about, I need to 301 this poor performing page over there. But you could create a page and then get that ranking very quickly. Is spot the opportunities, go after that first, okay? Provide a level of professionalism. Give them those reports. Make sure that you're checking in with them. Ask each month about the leads. Can't stress that enough. Like I said, the chiropractors, the massage, right now, that's slowing down. They're still up the top though. They're still up the top. So it's not the SEO, it's just the industry. We all know how it is. Each month, make sure and being honest and strategic. Make sure that you're being honest and strategic, you're caring, you're respectful, and you actually look at the business like it's a branch of yourself. Biggest thing that I can recommend. Now, guys, like I was saying, Rank Lightning, jump over there, get grandfathered into a great price before we launch. Make sure you like and subscribe. Put some comments down below. I want to hear your thoughts on how you can make client SEO better if there's anything that I didn't cover here. What type of stuff makes a client relationship better so you guys can have them stick around? Give those tips to your friends in this wonderful industry. Cheers, guys.